Good morning. It is Friday, January 3rd. I'm Chris Glover. Heather is away. Here's what's making news right now. Our focus this morning has been on New Orleans, where investigators are still hunting for answers in the wake of yesterday's truck attack, trying to zero in on a motive for the driver who intentionally rammed a truck through a crowd of New Year's Eve revelers. We have a live shot for you this morning of what it looks like right now. You can see there's quite a few investigators that have been working through the morning there in New Orleans, just along Bourbon Street. Megan Fitzpatrick is tracking this breaking news story for us as we continue to get new details through the day. But first and foremost, Megan, walk us through what we know about the suspect.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CBC Broadcast Center in downtown Toronto. We've got a live studio audience joining us here in person. Tonight, only that one race is under the spotlight. Who will be Toronto's next mayor? Can you believe that we're back in the same spot again?
Honestly, Chris.
And I'm on the edge of my seat because I'm excited about our city having a change.
Really, and Samantha, if you are on the edge of your seat, Shakir, your body language is chilling right back there. It is the exact opposite. I love it. What do you think's happening? Were people staying home? Were they not motivated? What's going on?
So we all, or most of us, know the song The 12 Days of Christmas, a holiday classic for centuries. But did you ever think about how much it would actually cost to buy your true love all those gifts? Well, Scott Peterson did that thinking on our behalf, and He's joining us now. So 5 golden rings, that's my guess for the most expensive on the list.
Oh my gosh, nowhere close. You know, and the reason why is because services are more expensive than goods. And I got a question for you now.
Yes.
What do you, well, okay, so it's not the golden rings. What do you think is the most expensive?
I'm going to guess the Piper's Piping, because there's a whole lot of them?
Close.
Oh, okay.
Close. It's the 10 Lords of Leaping.
Aha.
$15,500. That's up 7.2% from this time last year. And you multiply that by how many times they appear.
Right.
So that really adds
up. You got
to
catch them first.
You got to, and that's part of the service cost.
I think this is my favorite segment of the morning, and my favorite part is you delivering it with the earnest nature that you do, even GDP numbers.
Thank you. It's the same thing.
Is that making news right now? And I'll check while you talk to me.
Yes, that is making news right now, and what I am seeing is a large crowd of folks outside the Supreme Court right now. We can look at that live shot together because the decision has now come down from the Supreme Court judges here in the United States. And what I am seeing on the Supreme Court website is that Roe v. Wade has now been overruled by the Supreme Court. We know that these security fences here at the Supreme Court, they have been up since that leaked draft decision came down at the beginning of May. They've stood there encircling the Supreme Court ever since. Today, there's also another fence just a couple meters outside of that, blocking people from even getting close to the security fence. So obviously, there's a lot of police here. Some roads in this area are blocked off.
So, Chris, as I understand it, this gag order continues to bar Trump from talking about witnesses like Cohen.
Absolutely, it does. And a request to have that gag order overturned was rejected today. So Trump can't talk about witnesses with his daily conversations with reporters, but he would be allowed to take the stand and testify himself. He's been asked repeatedly whether or not he'll do that, and he has said everything from absolutely to only if necessary. So it'll be important to see once Cohen is done, likely by the end of day on Thursday, whether former President Trump becomes witness Trump.
That one will live with me for forever.
And we also found a cute photo from back in those 2008 games with you and your husband. I believe it was your first games together.
It was.
We have that photo here. Let's show it up here together. Take a look at this. What is it like looking back at that moment? A big one for you two together, hey?
We were babies.
Okay, so offensive to Jean Charest, but Republican lawmakers have insisted Trump is just kidding around, and even Trudeau has called them jokes. So to lighten things up this Friday night, we thought it would be interesting to dig into the comedy of all of it, or the lack thereof, depending on where you're coming from. And for his take, we have brought comedian Scott Thompson onto the show.
I think he handled it all terribly.
Okay, yeah, because I was curious about Trudeau's reaction to this, because thus far he's kind of stayed out of the fray. He hasn't really leaned in.
Yeah.
What should he be doing?
Well, this whole idea that when they hit low, you go high. No, you go lower. Trump, he's roasting Trudeau. This is a roast battle. And he immediately just said, oh, you win. And I think that was the wrong thing. He should never have gone down to Mar-a-Lago. He made himself Trump's bitch to be blunt. You asked me to be blunt. That's what he did.
I'm not sure we can be that blunt.
No,
but
but
okay.
the whole thing is about Trump is
So much for being on the program.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me.
So as if the gold medal wasn't enough, now you win this honor as well. Team of the Year, what's that like for you?
It's a very tremendous feeling, you know. It's quite fun though.
Well, and from what I've been reading, you are a busy guy. You do modeling, acting, stand-up comedy. You're just winning gold medals like crazy here. What does 2025 have in store for you?
You know, it's endless.